The sun is set in Chicago. The temps have dipped and will continue to do so. Jacket and blanket weather. It's that time of year at Soldier Field. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already. Hard to believe, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dragons of Tokyo taking on the Chicago Bears. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here we go, son.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Back to throw, Fields. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
On fourth down, Chicago brings out Trenton Gill. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Fielded at the 20. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Let's go.
Young, he's going to change it up.
White, red, cycle. Yellow.
To throw is Young. Throwing to start the drive. This one into the hands of Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll send the tight end in motion. Young to throw it this time. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. You look at this Bears defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the passer, number 28.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Young's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. Here now, 3rd and a yard. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. And now an audible here into something else. Young looks to throw on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
62 blaster. 43 rail. Slide 2. Steel, black, 6, mega.
Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line.
Striker, 3-3.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more of what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Moore, the man in motion.
Go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. To throw is Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Here's Fields. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here we go.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They snap it to Fields. He'll buy some time right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now Young going to move him around. It's a second down run with Sanders. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. On 1st and 10, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. You look at this Bears defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no game, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Stop. 17. Red, cycle. Huge, yellow. Ready?
Young now. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Ready?
Young loses it. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Moore, the man in motion. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. On play action, Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Agnew now to return. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having... And this throw will be intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. From his own end zone, Fields complete on the quick throw to Moore. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Well, into a sea of defenders had intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Looking to throw on second down. Fields. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Here we go.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Fields. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Come on,
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A first down throw for Young. Throwing left side, it's complete. Reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Here we go.
Young here, you can see changing the play. They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Dragons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Fields now to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Here we go. Here we go.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. On first down, it's Fields. They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Good. Hey, 551. 551. Tonight.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
You got a mini base.
More the motion man right. A fake there on the jet sweep as it's Fields off play action. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Out, let's go. No mas, no mas. Tonight.
Now it's Fields. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Fields. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Following the interception, Young. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Slide blue, steel, black.
In motion left here, Sanders. First down, Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll be inside the red zone with the ball at the 16-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Fields. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Santos' kick is up and through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. 1st and 10, Young. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Here we go.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Angel, angel, angel.
From the 50, here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 2nd down, here's Fields. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains.
Shot, 17.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
10. Smash, red.
To throw on 2nd down is Young. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down.
Fierce, yellow. 52 blaster.
Young to throw it this time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Ready?
Up the middle they go with Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 11. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down, Dragons.
Ready?
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Green Jack.
And it's 3rd down.
Black shot.
Now receiver in motion left. Out of the gun, it's Young. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid. There he goes, right side. He's on his way. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 63 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Fields. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And now they're in the hurry-up. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Fields. That pass complete to Moore. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone. Only getting 3 points there and still facing the second half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game, because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Young, he's going to change it up. They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Let's go.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
A gain of 15. And a Tokyo first
And now they'll shift things around. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up
Shot,
second
17.
and 1 at their 49-yard line.
They'll go again with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of a yard on the play.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
A gain of 5.
Trouble, 38.
Dragons.
Ready.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 119 yards on the ground now for Sanders. He's got a first down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
22 needle.
Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Dragons.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now at Soldier Field as we've got the final quarter upon us. We get ready to start the fourth.
Ready up.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Miles Sanders taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Dragons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. A try here for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Dragons 31, Bears 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. DJ Chark, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dragons have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Don't jump. Ready?
2nd down and 6 now.
Hey, Ken. Go.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
11.
On 3rd down, Fields out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. On the return, here's Agnew. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. On 2nd down, Young. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. So the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. DJ Chark. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dragons add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, here's Fields.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And 10 yards to go.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been stymied left and right. Converted only one time. This is 3rd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, Fields has to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Young going to move him around.
Blue stripers. Red, yellow.
Young now on 1st and 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the try here for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
52, Bears 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 18-yard
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a 2nd and 6. Fields steps away to his left. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. And they're going to speed things up here. A quarterback draw. Here's Young. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Bears' 2-yard line.
Zoom black.
And he is going to be smothered in the backfield again as he ran into a wall there. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And now they'll audible to something else.
Slide blue. Steel black. Hut, hut.
Young with it, 3rd and goal. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. An audible here to get a new look. They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
At their own 11-yard line.
Here we go, sir.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Tokyo, the win.